Welcome to a new episode of Actors Are Born. Today we'll journey into the life of a legend, an icon of style, masculinity, and pure talent. A man whose deep voice and magnetic gaze pierced the screen for decades. We're talking about the first inimitable James Bond, but also about much, much more. We're talking about Sir Sean Connery.
When we think of Sean Connery, the image that comes to mind is almost always the same. An impeccable tuxedo, a Walther PPK in hand, and that sly smile that made the world fall in love. But Actors Are Born doesn't just scratch the surface. In fact, our story doesn't begin in Monte Carlo or a secret base, but in a working-class neighborhood of Edinburgh, Scotland. Thomas Sean Connery was born on August 25, 1930. His was not a golden childhood. His father was a factory worker, his mother a cleaning lady. Their home was a small apartment with no hot water and a shared bathroom. To help his family, young Thomas left school at 13 and started working. His first job? A milkman. Yes, you heard that right. The world's most charming future secret agent started his days delivering milk bottles on the streets of Edinburgh.
His life was a mosaic of humble and arduous jobs. A sailor in the Royal Navy, from which he was discharged due to an ulcer. A lifeguard, a bricklayer, and even a coffin polisher. But it was another passion that would change his life: bodybuilding. That sculpted physique, built with hours of training, not only allowed him to earn extra money as a model, but also took him to London for the 1953 Mr. Universe contest. He didn't win, but he placed third. And right there, among the weights and muscles, someone noticed his stage presence and offered him an audition for a role in the chorus of the musical South Pacific. It was the beginning of everything.
Theater and small TV parts shaped him, but destiny had a date with history in store for him. In 1961, producers Albert Broccoli and Harry Saltzman were looking for the lead actor for a film based on Ian Fleming's novels. The character was James Bond. Fleming, the author, was not convinced by Connery. He called him an overgrown stuntman and a crude Scottish truck driver, preferring more refined actors like Cary Grant. But during the audition, magic happened. Connery didn't just walk, he prowled. He didn't just talk, he seduced. He entered the room with such confidence and almost feline arrogance that the producers knew they had found their man. Director Terrence Young took on the task of polishing him. He took him to his tailors, taught him how to eat, how to talk, how to move like a man of the world. The result is cinema history.
In 1962, Dr. No was released. Sean Connery was James Bond. He didn't just play him, he embodied him. His 007 was lethal yet elegant, brutal yet charming, a perfect mix that would define the character forever. Global blockbusters followed, like From Russia with Love, Goldfinger, and You Only Live Twice. But fame, as often happens, is a gilded cage. Connery felt crushed by the character, underpaid, and trapped in a cliché. After Diamonds Are Forever in '71, he said he was done, or so he thought. He would return one last time in the unofficial film Never Say Never Again in 1983.
But a true actor cannot be defined by a single role, no matter how iconic. And Connery proved it with an extraordinary second act in his career. He broke free from Bond's shadow to play complex and diverse roles. He was the intellectual monk, William of Baskerville, in The Name of the Rose, a role that earned him a well-deserved BAFTA award. He was the unforgettable Irish cop, Jimmy Malone, in Brian De Palma's The Untouchables, a performance that won him the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor in 1988. Who can forget his famous line? That's the Chicago way. And then, how could we not mention the role perhaps most beloved by audiences after Bond? that of Indiana Jones's father in The Last Crusade. His chemistry with Harrison Ford is explosive, his humor contagious. He is a clumsy academic father, yet full of life, and his performance elevates the film to absolute cult status. His career continued with hits like The Rock and concluded with his final appearance in The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen in 2003, after which he decided to retire from public life.
And the man behind the myth. Who was Sean Connery when the spotlights went out? First and foremost, he was a proud Scotsman to the core, a fervent supporter of Scottish independence, so much so that he had "Scotland Forever" tattooed on his arm. He was a direct, sometimes gruff man who disliked the frills of Hollywood. He lived a life far from the limelight, primarily in the Bahamas with his second wife, the painter Micheline Roquebrune, to whom he was married for 45 years. And now for some trivia you might not know. Before choosing acting, Connery was an excellent football player, so much so that the legendary manager Matt Busby offered him a contract with Manchester United. Sean turned it down, thinking an actor's career could last longer. A wise choice, I'd say. He was also a black belt in karate, a skill that came in handy on set, but once cost him a broken wrist during a lesson with an instructor, a certain Steven Seagal.
Finally, an anecdote that speaks volumes about his timeless charm. In 1999, at the age of 69, People magazine named him the sexiest man of the century. Not of the year, of the century. Sean Connery left us in 2020, at the age of 90, but his legacy is immortal. He was the actor who proved that you can be born in a home without hot water and become a king of cinema, that you can be a global pop icon and, at the same time, an Oscar-winning actor of incredible depth. He gave a face and a soul to James Bond, but above all, he gave us, the audience, a model of charisma, talent, and integrity.
Sometimes an actor is born even while delivering milk on a cold Edinburgh morning. Thank you for being with us. This was Actors Are Born. Join us next time as we explore the story of another star of the silver screen.